brother, brother, Man City. Come on, gang, bro. This same Tihani Rangers is still in his prime. Like he's in his prime right now. This guy was bought last year from AC Milan for between 40 to 55 million euros, and he has been sold to Al Qusayr in the Saudi Pro League for 60 million or 65 million euros in his prime. So Man City just elevated this guy and brought him to the line, and bidders came bidding. First off, the City midfield is kind of stacked right now. You have newer players like Elliot Anderson coming in. Maresca is pushing in for Enzo Fernandez. With the other players they have, they feel like, Maresca feels like Tiani is not in his project right now, and they have sold him and they still made profits. The visual or the backstory of this transfer is that Saudi Pro Leagues at the time when Ronaldo went, that was like 2023, 2022, 2023, focused more on players that were at their level of retirement. They were at that age of between 30 to 35 years. And mind you, these clubs still made mad profits. We saw players like Ruben Neves from Al Hilal, Ruben Neves at Al Hilal rather, which was bought from Wolves for about 50 million. Mitrovic from Fulham for about 50 million. Like, bro, these clubs doubled their prices that they bought these players for. Like, they made mad profits. You have other players, Fabinho, and the likes of Malcolm and all of that, Rodrigo Ibanez. All of those players, man, they were at the verge of retirement. Not really retirement, but they had passed their prime to an extent, and they were still bought for mad profits. Fast forward to the time when they got into the market for young players. Mategi, yeah, Gabi Vega, John Duran and Musa Diaby from Aston Villa. Cash out for Aston Villa was mad. Gang, John Duran was bought for about 18 million and sold to Al Nassr. For how much? Guess. 77. Oh my god. 77 million. Musa Diaby was sold to Al Ittihad for 60 million. Still from Aston Villa. Yeah. And now they just bought the league just bought Tihani Rangers. So evidently we are seeing that in the next 4 years or 5 years per se, players will not focus on Europe again. Like, they will not need to play in Europe. There's so many young players that have already gone to Saudi, upcoming players that have not really seen the light in Europe and the rest. But like in the next 5 years, that Saudi Pro League, we will see people aiming to play in Saudi and be like, screw that Europe, I'm not interested in that, and go for the big money. Football is changing, and this is also causing inflation. It is causing a very massive inflation in the league now, because we're seeing transfers like Anderson for 120M. We're seeing transfers so high, and at the end of the day, some of these players come for these very high prices and they just play like 1 season, 2 seasons max, and they go to Europe, they go to Saudi or Turkey, for similar high prices. The market has changed. It has changed drastically. Bam.